I've been wanting to make this video for so long and I finally have a little chance to do it. So it's time to introduce to you my pet quail, my pet dinosaur, my ancient. What else do I call you? A little loopy. He's a little wild. He's a little crooked. He's got a crip in his walk. He's got a hunchback. He's shaggy. He's missing feathers. His name is Wonky. This is Wonky. He's kickboxing right now. Whoa, dude, you're stinky. Haven't hung out with them in a while because they don't really like being picked up, but he's a quail. He's a Coturnix quail, and unfortunately his sisters have all died, so he's currently alone, which is tough because they are flock animals. But he's doing great. He's indestructible, this one. He lost a bunch of feathers. I don't know why, but they've all since grown back. They're a little rough. He's always had a little like crink in his back and his neck, so he walks kind of funny and he eats kind of funny. But he's a special dude and I absolutely love him. I'm gonna put him back so that he doesn't get too stressed out, but nice to meet you. Let's check out his penthouse. That's right, 2 levels. On top here, we have got his calcium and vitamin pellets. So they only eat that when they need it. He's got a staircase that he can go down anytime. Bye. And quails need to have a bath full of sand. That's how they clean themselves. It's a little poopy right now, but I do clean this very often. So he always has fresh sand. I just buy it from the hardware store. It's really cheap. And then for the bedding and the substrate, I use wood pellets, which is also really, really cheap. And like I said, he has a hard time with his neck. So he's got 2 waters, one that he can fully dip his beak into. And then he's got this one that he's got to it's got to be a little bit more dexterous to get into it. So I make sure he has 2 waters just in case. There he goes. He's got a silo feeder here. So this is a specialized poultry feed. It's high protein. And then for treats, I give him some worms. Let's give him some worms. The girls really go crazy. They used to go crazy for the worms. Wonky, not so much. Let's see what he does. I sprinkle them. He's not going for it right away. Oh, maybe. Way to go, little buddy. So he's got some poop in there. It's definitely getting time to clean his cage. But overall, he's a chill little dude. He's healthy, he's happy. So the reason why I'm not getting any more quails is because one of them always dies. Unfortunately, it's a sad reality. And then one quail is always left alone. And the last time that happened, the first time this happened, I immediately went out and got more quails. I felt so bad for her. She was alone. She stopped chirping. But this is the cycle of life. So I can't just keep buying a new quail, a new individual quail or 2 every time one dies. Because I'm planning on no longer having quails after this. Not for any reason in particular, it's just that the indoor setup is not ideal. And then when I move them outdoors, there's a lot of risk and maneuvering of predators. So I have to monitor it every single day and make sure the predators can't get in. Unfortunately, I forgot to do it one time. I forgot to reconfigure like the little wood barricades that I had made. And that very night, a predator got his sister Ruffle, which was really, really sad. So it was my fault and I'm still sad about it, but Wonky's safe and sound indoors. And yeah, I just don't want to deal with that. The quality of the outdoor coops are just not good enough and they do not prevent predators enough unless I were to get like a really expensive one or custom made one, which I will do in the future when I get chickens. We're just not going to do that at this house, at this property. We live in the city, which is fine. You're allowed to have up to a certain amount of chickens, but our backyard's too small. We're not gonna do that here. So the quails are a great alternative to chickens. And when I had his sisters, they were laying eggs. So we had fresh quail eggs every single day. It was awesome. Wonky's a male, so no eggs, but he does his hilarious chirping every morning. You know the song? I don't know the name. Ooh, ah, 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 ah. Ooh, ah, 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 ah. That's exactly the sound that he makes. I have tried so many times to catch it on recording, but as soon as I come by, he stops. It is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Let's say bye. Where are you, buddy? And so that's Wonky's story. Wonky was hand gifted to me by a little girl on the farm, and she said, "Can you keep his name as Wonky?" And I said, absolutely, he is definitely a Wonky. He was in a little bit rougher shape when I picked him up, like very, very dirty. They were roaming free in an outdoor barn, which was way, way too cold for them. Kochernik's quails do not do well under 10 degrees Celsius, and it was like in the frigid temperatures. So he was shaky, he was looking very sickly. I brought him home, I gave him a bath, and since then he's been such a trooper. He's a tough guy. In the spring, he would attack the girls. He would be humping them all over the place because they get raging hormones every spring. Luckily, it would die down after a couple of weeks, but yeah, he was plucking their feathers out of their head and jumping on them, and he's a tough little dude. Rowdy. So this year, we'll see how it goes, but he's definitely gonna stay alone, and I don't know, maybe I should get him a little stuffed bird that he can be friends with. What do you guys think? We always hang out with him in the kitchen, we play music. He's never alone, he's not lonely in that sense, but quails are not pets. They're not human friendly, they don't want to interact with you, but he loves music. So when we are out here talking, listening to music, he definitely is engaged. He comes to the screen, he's looking around, and yeah, I think people don't give them enough credit. They're not dumb. Well, they are kind of dumb, but they have little personalities too. Anyways, I absolutely love owning quails, so if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. They are great city pets. The cleaning is a bit of work for the cage, but you can keep them indoors. It just depends on your space and how comfortable you are with like dust and feathers. Outside is best, but if you live in a winter climate like I do, less than 10 degrees, they are not happy. They will be shivering, and anything even less than that, I think it's cruel and inhumane. They need to be under heaters. They need to be warm. So what else can I say about quails? When they're in their flocks, they're very social. They always make cute little chirping sounds. They're very quiet. It's nothing too obnoxious, like owning a parrot or something that's like screeching all the time. They have like a sweet little background chirp. So it's actually really nice and relaxing and calming to have them inside. You can also get other breeds of quail, like button quail, which are a lot smaller. Very hard to handle. I pet sat some recently, and they are so small. They're like this big, and they're super fast, so you cannot really handle them at all. What else is cool? I do think if you raise them by hand from an early age, they're a lot friendlier. So his sister Ruffle was handled a lot, and she was the chillest one that I've ever had in terms of being handled. I could pick her up, I could carry her around, and she wouldn't try to squirm or run away. Oh, the last important thing I will say is quails can fly. I knew they could, but because they're ground-dwelling birds, I didn't think that they really had it in them to fly that much. So with Wonky, he can't fly, so I can bring him out into the grass in the summer and let him roam around, and it's totally cool. His sister, Ruffle, I brought her out into the grass, same thing, and his sister Nugget, same thing, roaming in the grass, pecking at the ground, ground dwelling, having a great time on the ground. As I approached his sister Ruffle, She rocket launched across the entire backyard, this close to flying over the fence, so that gave me a small heart attack, but they can only fly for certain distances. Luckily, I grabbed her, but that gave me a scare, and I was like, oh God, okay. If I'm gonna bring them outside, they need to be under a little bit of a protective shield, except for Wonky. He's good. He can't get anywhere. Hopefully he has another season in him and he gets to live out his sunny days. Thanks so much for watching. If I missed anything, if anyone else here is a quail lover or quail owner, please leave it in the comments.